ya mo achia sa mo akwa ba bi mu dia ba Badwam Mpensenpensenmu so ebra so se yedi enkomo ene enkomo ayedie no dodo na begina coronavirus ho nsensem ne mpempenso akoduru ni nipa egusu ewu kane na wonim nipa ewu ne ze dia me yehwe so wo hunu bi nti ahweyie ho nkomo ena yebedie ni yahwe court ene court be sa atenase the 8 na yahwe se the proceedings be kwanra de say ne ko yempempenso ben eni ababedru me wo honorable Edward Bawa mrashe bejani di momamfo a ewo bongo ena afei honorable Stephen Amwa stika pokuare ni abrantie ano so ye mrashe bejani wo nhia so kane penia na order maslock ano stika good morning.
Good morning sir.
Apomuti saying
Unko pa adumo onso
ye ho ye pa gidi si Badwam Mpensenpensenmu so bia ho ye
oh Adom ho ye
all right honorable Bawa
boss
bia boko de
nyame odom ye na de metrin kwa mambe share sticker dia me say me free hadia ja baby ofa bia me dinichi me so no bag mo dinichi
sese
anyo no ka so say former maslock boss no onye easy
na me ye present mpo na ye na me ye for
onye easy gra sticker
maslock mu ye oh
no be say ona hwe no si okotu minia Kennedy ase banche
na maslock na me tu
na sa constituency no ogbo ho achu wasu ho achu afina ya me esi abeher no
okay and so kamati
ya bi say
so no minia
onim aya na eson say minia odi agrodi e ba ana oman no yo hawo kakra say ana microphone nko grounds enko hwe issues a wo ebi so kwa omo ya report to suit omo interest and non-crofobia what you say nka a lot of not only in Shia so a lot of constituencies no can crofobia hu ohawa ya ne bia nka ere na do win election with over 500,000 votes na a lot of MPs nka so obi olusu ye bia no wanye na dwuma yi but dodo no a omo si lusu ye chese binum wo ma be specifically there were specific problems because dynamics no a different the way just a different microphone nim on the ground obi of so obi MP no obi ababetu no obi me as early as 2005 how many years the first national service
the best 16 years
allowance 3 months me dini nyina ye NHI that time na abafoforo obi aye kan ne me mu bi ayewo abrabo
me follow
ba na microphone nim
about
8 years ago na ma start community library
ambition no 2008
because free blocks me free blocks about 8 years ago e wo bi anim me ko sra asase because me say me library me life nya about that benevolent staff no oti ase nti ya na microphone nim hawa e bia on the ground no nipa obi a oti akra no my ye me ka one of the stations not good to mention oh me lose or can with them one top journalist wa ho ni station nso so organa ha na no kora misiri odi ase ebi kora kwa report say one of the men kai state near maybe oh me lucy but me kora grounds on obi aso nim say election na dey nti boss nipa policy is about building relationship
sure
asem kitwe bi me kan hwehwe wakasa saa
me chire
yenko
edi anya maslock na ma me wi ni
yen hase mfemfiri court ndra ba bia ya ba bedru ene e de beto so na boba wa money petitioners nti ya na me pese meti so far say na niam akọ
oh so far ma me nchia with ohwefo sense am na me nchia obi a ohwe program yi so basically no so oni mi say eja generally no your court na ya call say one ye call akọ demonstrate say Mensa ne electoral commission no omanyo omedwuma yie two ye call say akọ demonstrate say o hwe from day one no na Mensa a o ye returning officer for electoral commission for presidential elections no just now why na dream from day one say one outcome no expected na outcome now expected is obey na do president three ye call with on one figures out or the kind or boss or the declare na do no to demonstrate these two factors. And in your court. Those share, for example, and testimony, a witness now by the primary objective, not the PCA achieve, and is to demonstrate that from day one, not Jane Advocate Mensa. I am not Jane say, cost for bar, just another donor president. And that is what Dr. Kpessa-Whyt Echo Court Echo demonstrate here. Otimi akwete no ho ye. Wo hwe social media commentary na nkofo ma ne bibia no. Obi aka say no ye spot on. E won nyama okoye no. And this a question how di bisa me say your call no so far na the same. That's the very brief response of my mom. But Minia, the last time I'm about her, me can send be, Mensa can be. Say, oh, share throughout from 1992. Even a true what we call the stolen verdict. True stolen verdict. I could see 2016. You electoral commission and electoral commissioner. One more figure, sir. And then be ubisamia. Mean to me, can say a figure way, and I say a figure way. You whom be that? Just said 2020 elections.
Oh, sir, that's all call website and I figure it out.
Ontimase, Missy figures. For example, what do you say? You know, I can say, oh, share figure now or declared December 9th. Edema Ghana for. Oh, share or announce here that's a total votes, valid votes now. Now, Ode, Ubon Conta, your friend said 12 candidates now. Ode Machia, and your way, a broso. And Nuntina the following day, on the 10th, or Sabe Maya another figure. The second day now, or Maya figure. Utimu who say, that's the unsigned, your friend saying, statement no more, the two or more website, no so. Utimu who say, na assessor. For example, na John Mahama the votes. Or Mati so 1,707. Or share another votes. Or ma increasing by 174. Or share your loss no. You the govern electoral your vote elections no. Figures must be ascertained in the presence of agents of candidates. Omo anya samaya. O sure man kasa mo petition am de call your friends
Response
am de call as part of when am de call court. Paragraph 24 no. O share no so figure na am de ato ho. Yet another different figure from the two figures I mean we can want me. Enti enno into bisa me na emudi ehin na wasamefa. Boko be kaya on the 10th day no and no de den omode toto nwum sa omo so o say obe correct na ye error obe correct nti na en ne ye nyina de to nwum nti the least we expected this is those figures in ya omode be kan omo response no o share your friends say figures no omode ba court na eno say different de ne isi ne ye nuan mo MPP e de to nwum na den esesa esa ba different figure nti am because since 92 ye hu sa de bi da na o share enra Kpessa-Whyt ni testimony na omano na omo cross examine no ema wo say from day one there were problems. One, now we still more ascertain from the regional levels no your friends saying resource na eba
regional
collated resource no. At one point, based on conversation between your agents and one, say and that you will even make dispatch riders available. So omunko consult candidate no, your petitioner no mumbra. And so we share Metro TV. We share Metro TV. Your friends saying Macmillan. And kase bien na no kase. In the course of those things, once they go out to go and consult people and come back. Macmillan kase bien na no kan. Mo video no hapa mo ko from the ball. Onankasa say bie na no ka say ampasa no owo honom na ambassador Tamaklo, former ambassador to your friends in Zimbabwe. Eba bisa say your agents no so aso mepie but computers na da hono. So it can't be true. The na isi lawyer person say aso mo sesa mo ni mo na mko. It can't be true. Because no computers so and you say no enye Kpessa-Whyt na eka we ye makni no na so wo hono no and eka actually Adom or program or video no have it over my hair. Just to show that it was predetermined and whatever was the case, we say electoral commission issue invitation letters a man for the stakeholder, major stakeholder for the declaration of the presidential results. The venue was supposed to be the national conference, Accra International Conference Center. Suddenly, the moment the gentleman left, you go upstairs within the you go and declare the results. What do you say? Timmy Package say, oh share dear Kpessa-Whyt for the Kanyana. You realize that he had sufficiently made the case to suggest to say na etie.
Na yes, more okay.
But the luck is that the woman herself go to the dock.
All right. I don't know. You hope say bia and say pleadings bia moye no say court need to make one say bia mama je Mensa betna adaka mu na ya bia suicide board hono be fa mama nko sticker ho sticker so far na who say omunim pa say friend sticker
best way official program
jama oni amanfo ahye constituency
wa they say official way
honorable
Vinia
mama ntie court
proceeding anapa machia Ghana fo nyina na machia enhia eso adehye nyame nhira wo mu nyame nam wo mu so na mabetra ha wo frame me ono abom ntimi da wo mase na eniema esere ewi ase ade ede numbers na eye no nkrofo bi gi ho achinyi numbers ne de omo nka na dodo ena na ese computer ija no ho ye nya computer ho eno kire se ija laptop ho eno ye nya no ho no we ye de win election so be so win election ana mi ja me fa ho me nya no ho uja no ho nti eno kire se obi be so owiem we ye de win election we adenti ena first witness no mon kana so ese din katia or the head of administration of the NDC, National Democratic Congress. I did the NDC ni bian kana so.
On kana say.
Oni pro betre say vote to sign eno mampanyi Mahama nyae. O si onim first o si yesi na wo. Yesi na asi ni figures nye no. Afa dia we was meja ni fie. Na nado de enu nyae was ya no so meja ni fie. Wa na juma na esa agrobi ni edi. Papa, what boss o kasa me edi? Unse na de we de me no nu asem o kan se ma edi nti na me so me nka masem bi. Afarija ka asem bi. Na mpese hu se o kan yansasem ana wan kan yansasem. Was elections they are won at the polling stations.
Okay 2013 election petition.
Na mpache o polling station hono na NDC for nipa ho ana so mu ni bi.
Definitely
every hono a collation center in the constituency na NDC for obi ho ana wo mu ni bi.
No more nipa o.
Every hono a region na NDC we nipa ho ana so mu ni bi. Ansa na eba national. Papa, you see one thing about NDC
but it doesn't change say bia.
Neighbor, it is and I'm saying to omunkrofu ni nyina from polling collation afi kura the side the region be shame. Any time na region ni ho. Ebesi national. Masa, me can be actual. Kpessa, na mo parliament, Dr. Kpessa, sorry. Mantieni nyina. I'm somebody, I mean, share that metro radio so. No be din truck esi bi na echire no. Ntimi explain I can make mistake though. Me tie no. Papa, baby a me pie na me tie na me kotie. Me ko akokotie no. Eye baby a no mbusa ne say. O se yisi mo mu pie. Yisi no so si wa mama wa mpie. Ye je niam wo ho. O se ye nya niam wo ho. Hot there, honey the only place I'm tea. Others the man tea. But in determining who won election or not, sadly, what has it got to do with that?
So we are they are trying to prove
say Papa,
yes, you know.
Who say prove here?
And cannot correct.
So your collation. Nana do di onya yini. Mahama di onya yini. The yisi di ba yini. From your polling station to say the MPP, your map pink sheet. There's exhibit. Number A, B, C, D. Near check it. Mamma can be intro. Couldn't be until maybe a phone way. This is in Shiaso presidential results. Ballot box F180305B. Assemblies of God Church, Sokoban Timpom 3 police station. Your coalition center na jobe 9. Na yisi crash ba ko afeja ade we. Akoshe to chromosome obi ani ho e bi so force. My official, my secretary official e me yisi nti me mo mitri monka. You can go and check some boa. Ashanti region, if my memory serves me right, woman nice woman here when this in New York Parliament. I'm sorry, Nabu Hanatete. I don't know whether she is the one. But at least lawyer Malaban, you know, NDC top gurus in
Ashanti region.
Yes, with the TI region office. NDC UCT straight, NDC right, MPP to left, and the media to say the Ominian a gum finfin. NDC for a challenge, there's so much challenge, make credentials, some catch them figures and those. We went and brought our pinchy there. You see, NDC for no bomb from day one. Connections are omunya acquiring some of the UC guys. And they are winning. And the Amfana how
the allegation now your connections how many
oh must add a UC I could be at the so force. Mama minimum Kasako. We upa Kwasanti regional officer. Ya amfa I even reported to the international community. When him the way I me quite emotional. Me come as some call. Mama number. Ya the letter call upa ko check it. Enya me and I'm stop pay your boys na ebia ka bi kro babu yisi na kuna no be mbi. But make so man touch no. Because the mu and say on ko touch no ho a one nipa life. 2 coalition center MPP winning with this difference of over 40,000 no. Say about 40,000. Uko de ne say ho nyina ye ne be lose. And near NDC for year with polling station, a coalition center. If you are there, you have been a boy. You see, men can say election, there could be a lot of mistakes. Seeing you are very real, near practical going forward. You are dealing with tens of thousands of polling stations. When you say one polling station, any people, you see officers inquire about 6 or 7. MPP for, MCRO for, Bebre, NDC Bebre, other parties, the activity or critical activity path is very complex. So it's possible there could be minor mistakes. I just want to be real. But you're too abandoned. NDC for about 13 or 14 of the regional, almost signing now. They are almost signing from polling station or not. And now, run away, you know, my lawyer, actually say, so when you be ntuma, on sign it, then you write your reason. Reason when church. Go and check. Yabusa, Dr. Kpessa said, I don't know man true reason now. Or say, because of what happened. At the end of the year. So you need to answer me true reason. And you also went here. Also, Mr. These are the part, baby, I'm here critically, anyway. Oh, I'm being honest with you. Critically, I think I was driving. Into Hokakra. Parliament was so many I am started 2 o'clock. Before Tunam say 10. To me ba hoko by. Me tia America, why will I lie? But me my concern and say, and this phone to me my figures. When him say Ashanti region crampo, mo be do akroms here. Adia, mo ma better 300,000. Adia ma better region ho. Can you imagine say nyina tia say me nu NDC ni me you sit here media nyina ho camera. Ya go through and yama nyina wie magye atum mo bedu akra mo se wiem. Can you imagine say me bua mo mfra lawyer maleba opa me ko asore me nsombosom so no so som nyame a onfa nyame ni ho sesa asoma me ka me bua. They just want to cause confusion in the country. And because some of the MPs lost, a umunya number aye balance no and this for one person the takeshin won life no ni gidi trewana sometimes communication wise omutimi keka nsam wure na media ni bi so Ghana ha we media open MPP open DC there oya na adwuma ye pa susuro so okoka no kora ya beka so MPP and NDC na nka de NDC for sese pa wo omemu hey how can you say election look onobu esi edun onumanyam for esi edun kati obejina obetena box mu so hwe man hwe ni nyina ba kakra me here it was very funny obi a wani abra person winning national election wo se won wa wini u figures where house majani fi eno the other mean you no nka ho asem how can you say figure
yeah the first man
only import figures are o flag bearer nyae o presidential candidate
Honorable Stephen Amwa
based on what wo dey wa assembly o court figures are the most critical factor enye de do and the EC woman issue they are talking about 2012 your court and this for no and where some their transpositional errors where errors of entry where errors of why they gave all sorts of adjectives. The woman issue was simply the total valid broadcast issue and the broadcast way just issues are in terms of
percentage. A common just
a common me. But what I'm saying is that so NDC should come. You make count here.
I'm from figures.
I said it simple. Say,
all right.
I never can be out.
Happy birthday.
And the prefer NDC for say polling station A to Z. Ah, moje ho achi no. Omni pa wo ho indicate say ne nya pin sheet in MPP asesa na use asesa no. Anu na dey win election. Na nya wo said akotena akeka nsam na o ye
I think your point is well made. Honorable member ho
bring your pin sheet figures.
Memo to so. Your colleague back Jackson and then mama awoda. Was say happy birthday to my sweet mom also for Mama Rosemary or say all I ask for you is more years with good health even as you celebrate yet another milestone today. I love you mom. Inti ma also for Mama Rosemary or say happy birthday, happy belated birthday. So come papa nyamka aquatic. I'm a Sansuma for him interview. And so a majority leader. You will say Mensa.
Mama wishing a kakra.
Inti happy birthday.
Oh no, me wishing na honorable how Kumsen.
Ono so any birthday.
Ono so ne birthday to we obi ni park se pa mi. Na so wonim. Me to ensa afre obi o NDC bia o young man say onya no mere MPP because NDC so be win 2024 mo how mo na mo
enu so be si mu
me frɛ o mo se ya
honorable what else man
frɛ mo nyina obi a ko nso so ansi kwa MPP ho ko register na bra kama ye twɛn mo obi a na NDC de agu awie
last comment Stephen Amwa yes is here no clearly indicates the motive for being in politics. The motive for the war politics mean yes because what party and we and also be winning until now join the party. Your motive is based on some underlying principles and you subscribe to those principles. I'm not too sure exactly why you entered into politics, but NDC young guys entered based on principles and based on certain ways of thinking. Because who's the MPP or imagine why they think that they want to be in NDC. But say
MPP yes NDC and they were winning. You see, yeah, on my year. Now, Momu is social democrat. All the pro-poor policies in Ghana, tell me, you know, I'm
excuse me,
let me come and here for policy direction.
Besides that, I think Stephen Amwa, he's just lost on why we are in court. First and foremost. Okay, say.
Begin Muslim na muwini and I'm a
I thought na make us be very good at that. Only say me very good at that.
So I make a crane so
good. First point I'm saying okay say me catch was ye court first to demonstrate that from day one no. Na is in na dream say there must be one outcome. And that Nanado must be a president.
Why are you saying that and why
yes, and that's the point I'm just making. And then I make no.
Based on which evidence?
Yes, I court kaka say. Based on the figures na easy and kasa. The Amaye on 3 different occasions. Osha, John Mohammed's numbers and that of Akufo-Addo's number changed twice. Osha valid votes cast changed 3 times. So we wanted to use those figures in they should, and that's why Okaya, John Mahama, a man the press statement after your file. I say we are going to offer the EC the opportunity to clear all the doubts. So Mekaya. 3. Oka say Ombisa General Secretary Asidun Ketia. Oka say figures no. He didn't have it off head. That was the point. He didn't have it. He was speaking under oath. If he doesn't have the figures, he doesn't have the figures with him.
How can you do that?
Excuse me. Meanwhile, in our pleadings, so what kind of pleadings now? What kind of pleadings now? Be patient. Be patient.
Figures when you win election.
Sticker.
Honorable.
If you want this program will spoil, I'm telling you, you know me.
You can
I
spoil
would.
it.
This program will spoil.
Honorable, I
say abutre. So that's the point I'm making. Osha, you pleadings no more kasano. Your status and you say you need figures no. Your status say at least 11 out of the 275 constituencies no. I buy no. The figures did not reflect the figures we had on the ground. So it's not that we don't have the figures. What about you say? You need figures now. On what basis you say you pleadings no so akanya. And then your status say at least 11 out of the 275 constituencies no. The figures that were recorded and declared at the constituency level is not what was reflected at the national level in terms of summary of results. No. So how will you get up and tell us that need any figures? And that we should show from A to Z what were their figures. We'll have them. And that is what we will confront Mensa with when we go to, when she comes, your friend saying, needing Oba witness box no more. But you don't tell us how to prosecute our case. I didn't call her. And to say, you know, how can you say, I'm going to say, oh, near Sisi, who Kaya? I said, who's the MPP for? They gave all of us some hope and only came and gave us some anticlimax. Okay, I saw video, no, say, video, no, say, I said, say, you're winning. Because that's the point you just made. Say, I can see you winning. No. Who's your video? No. You listen to Asedun Kestia. Okay, say, so far, we can confirm that we have won 141 constituencies. And on the basis of that, I can project that we will win the presidential term. Is that the same thing? Is that the way you understand English? Say on that strength, a chess or say, you win it.
So they had won 140 something constituencies.
What did I say?
Had they?
Okay. Of course, that is why we are challenging some of the numbers, some of the members now are some budget. Say, so we are in parliament. We are in Ghana. So the point I'm just trying to make is that Osha, all they try to do is to twist the figures. But the truth of the matter is that for us, Ghanaians, for us, we will state the facts. For us, Ghanaians will see why we went to court when the electoral commissioner is in the box.
Use the next 2 minutes now and for touch or a COVID no.
Yeah, and the point I'm basically say, for us, you see, the EC and Kasa ni figures. Because that's why Okaya, I said in Ketia can say, we came there to demonstrate that the EC and that was the first thing he said, you be demonstrating. And because one year no, Osha figures no the mind, they don't reconcile. There's internal contradiction. Our figures no. And on the strength of that, based on the summary of results now, they buy from or more publishing or more website no so. Osha no. Nanado did not cross the constitutional mark of 50+1 votes. Okay. And therefore, there should be a rerun.
All right. One touch your COVID Nadian.
I thought you said we'll finish. Okay, we should do the COVID.
So you finish the COVID.
Minia.
BB Ghana. To me, Ghana is one of the best countries in terms of the management of COVID. And this will be a personal propaganda. We are seeing na Akufo-Addo aban ana Ghana ye to so me ensa eba wo ma ahihye wo ne ma ya manage ne ye eba Central Africa ne edikan ya ade pa wo hwe other countries say the nipa wu ne wo course na ye ne yetimi aya but me was just one concern. The concern is say wo hwe even parliament, media, MPP, NDC, health experts. They can based on what has happened and what is happening. PPs, this, that. But there's this thing critically, Mr. Kakra. As of now, no, to say any strategic management model for the management of COVID. I'll say when you as a country. By now, I'll say it's me model be factors being me too technical make kind of from factors being and affect a increase and a decrease of COVID-19, you know, in the short term and the long term and the level of impact. I'll say as a country, in your specific factors. Although you were general ones, country where I think after First World War, that was I think 1918. Spanish flu nearby. What do you say? They had their friend explanatory parameters and near my course and our predictors. Not war, soldier for no call war. They had not determined these variables. To almost free war by any over 50 million we are saying. I think some of these things, by now, technical team near one should make sure say more experts in statistics, modeling, mathematics, whatever, and I have one and study about the same thing. Not what is prevailing and not by now, no, or mining who say, say away. Factor away.
I thought you were national COVID-19.
Say na make say me because as of now, one. Even if there is an unlikely event or unanticipated event, say our mind will be fully prepared because that model, no, even government contingencies in terms of budget, because predict so next year likely say next 2 years and the number of people that will be infected, but the model can anticipate about 1,000, 2 million. They say we are going to put measures in place. Some factors also be my education, specifically in the area. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, past, present. But going forward, we see a guiding model be.
All right.
Matthias, even though I buy a idea, Emma, if you prepare one thing and a PV and you say about Kamodo, better more who say, Kabe, a be here, PP say, be here, say, who's the cano, and because they manage the risk.
All right. Matthias, can I say initially, you say a novel like the
exactly.
Fire news, but it's going for news.
We need to have a model as about next 4 years, 10 years, 20 years.
We have just about 1 minute.
No, so I can't get 1 minute. I need to talk.
Time also we
but you don't Is a first and foremost, now I'll see a state is based on our first experience in the first wave nearby in March, there are a few things and was here they put in place. Meaning, I agree with you. It appears that certain bodies have not worked properly. And therefore, we are constantly fighting. What do you say?
Instead of being ahead of
them. Can you believe that Oko 37 Deborah Ward now omuji COVID-19 patients now critically ill.
Oh, so they
are critically ill. Omuni oximeter. Oximeter is instrument or test oxygen concentration to be able to determine whether you should be put on oxygen and as a way. Omuni, for example, mobile oxygen way. And for example, the hormone you say you CT scan, actually the way the presentation of when disease
what's that there no?
What's
the first one here?
First one oximeter.
Oximeter. I want to find now.
Unfortunately, a time now.
And a second one here.
Oh,
but here because what shows you know the free health why say no crap why
so you know what is happening.
Follow it up.
So you realize that even today in the wards, and I'm happy you made that statement, in the wards that we have today, it is admission of awards is based on protocol basis. Bukaima.
Oh, how?
All right.
Honorable
Stephen Amwa. Yadama Sibidi Edna say Ampofo Eje Yedemo SC. Yadama Sibibre. Yabasa ba na akokot.
Allowance gram to mean